Hey, so what's up, y'all? I'm here with MyaSimone, the one and only. Yeah. So I wanted to chop it up with her real quick because I'm talking with everybody on the project, the Rise of the Lost album, just about the different themes and that are in the project. And with plans is about redirection and like kind of your life going one way, but God intervening, or I mean, whatever you believe in spiritually, intervening and like redirecting you. So for me, this song was really like it came at a really pivotal point in terms of like the writing of it, in terms of like my spiritual growth and my spiritual journey. And I feel like this is like the if you are going through like all the bullshit in your life, this is like the turning point song. So that's really like the creation process and what made me like be inspired to make the song. But I really wanted somebody either like gospel on it or somebody who I just knew had like a crazy vocal like range and melodies. And so I immediately thought about Maya Simone. And I was like, yo, let me send this to her. Let me see what like dynamic she can add to it. So I'm gonna let her speak about kind of like her receiving it, hearing it for the first time, how she really, received the song, and just what you were thinking about whenever you first originally got the song.
When I first got it, it actually came at perfect timing in my life.
Yeah,
Cause you sent it to me and I was like, what is this supposed to be about?
yeah,
And you were like, God, following the plans of God and transition in life. And I was like,
yeah.
how convenient.
Hit the nail right on the head.
Cause God is always gonna come at a moment that's least expected, but when you need him the most.
Yeah,
Um and so that's how I felt when I initially kind of heard about the song and the idea of it.
yeah.
And reading the lyrics and things like that. And then you want me to talk about um what was the next other question?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so like the recording process, whenever we got in there, and like started recording plans, what were your like, how were you thinking about approaching it? What was your like strategies and techniques, or were you just kind of like, this is, what I mean, I'm gonna just come in here and lock in and do my thing, like, just your thought process through that project.
It was kind of I'm finna come in here.
You did.
But at the same time, I think I didn't go in there with a perfect idea of how I really wanted to go about the song.
Yeah.
I usually kind of just follow my heart and my mind whenever it comes to any type of song, but I think specifically for this song, what just my natural response was just something that's like almost like pleading,
Mm.
like especially the part that was like, Lord, I've been asking for your hand,
Yeah.
like
Fat.
it's like a plea.
Yeah.
And then just talking about plans. Things never go as we want them to, and I feel like that's where I've been in like the last couple of years of my life. I'm a person who like tries to plan things out accordingly
Mm-hmm.
to what I want,
Mm-hmm.
and like things have went the complete opposite direction. I thought I was gonna be a nurse by now,
Yeah.
but I'm not even in the nursing field. Never finished school for it. Went a different direction, still in healthcare, but like
Mm-hmm.
that was just an example of how I had just kind of asked God to like lead me in that time of my life because I
Yeah.
was confused, frustrated, all of
Yeah.
it. And so I don't know, the song just kind of played in. Um Actually came at the perfect time, just where I've been for a while and trying to navigate the plans that he has for me and not what I have for myself,
Yeah.
which can be hard.
Damn. Damn. Yeah, that was first of all, appreciate you sharing that because that was some real shit that you just said. But secondly, yeah, I think that's what I was hoping it would do, not just for us as artists, but for listeners. Like
Mm,
just remembering that like that redirection process is like necessary and important. And that sometimes, like you said, it might feel like certain things are like overwhelming you or you can't really get a handle on like the things are you're going through in life. But just remembering to be still and listen to God. But yeah, so with that being said, I wanted to dive into more just so this next question, the rise of the lost question for plans, but do you sometimes feel like no matter how much you plan as you're going out through like your day-to-day life that there's always like other ideas or other options that are being presented?
For sure.
Yeah.
Um, honestly, me as a person, I'm a person who likes and tries to do everything, and so my time always ends up getting divided with a whole bunch of things that interest me, whether I do it for a short period of time or a long period of time.
Yeah.
But also something that I've kind of started to move off of is when people ask me what do I want my 5 in 5 years, what do I want it to look like, or what's my plan, I always like, I don't have a plan. I literally don't, because I will stress about, if I plan something, I will stress about it to a T. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted to follow that plan exactly how I have it in my head. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't, I start to
Feel like you failed or
crumble.
something?
I start getting overwhelmed. I feel like things aren't going my way.
Yeah.
And so over time, like, really, that where that mindset originated was at that time where, like, I didn't know if I wanted to go to school for nursing. I didn't know how I wanted to move forward in my life. And ask God for provision and direction. And since then, because a lot of things weren't going according to plan, I've
Mhm.
always been like, I don't know. We finna all see. I'm finna be. I'm finna be seeing the same time as you do. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't. I honestly don't plan a lot of things because I get stressed. I will stress myself out. I will
Yeah.
get overwhelmed about the process of following whatever plan it is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe small things I may plan, but I'm really a go with the flow type of person.
Yeah.
Anytime people ask me things, I always be like, whatever floats your boat. I'm I'm down, unless I just genuinely don't like it or something like that. I'll
Yeah.
express that. But other than that, I'm pretty whatever. Hey, whatever
Yeah.
you want to do, I'm down to do it too.
Yeah, I'm trying to like understand the balance for me. Cause I kind of am like with you with the going with the flow. I'm trying to understand the balance for me and like on in a greater sense of like, is it gonna be like with things that are 5 year plan, 10 year plan, long term? It's like I don't really I have like an idea of where I want to be, but I feel like what I'm trying to do now is my plans be very immediate. So like within the week, and then within the month, these are my
Yeah,
goals. And then if I accomplish these goals, they compound to like the long
ultimate
term goal.
goal.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that's what I'm trying to like do now and be like aware of, because I agree with you on the over planning and then trying to do something like be like, this I'm gonna be the next 6 months, and it's like by the time you get to the second month, you feel kind of, for me, I feel trapped or imprisoned in the plan, because there might be
No, for
you know what I
real.
mean? Like I might be like, oh, my life is different now. I don't have to think about things in the way that I did when I originally made the plan. So it's like I don't have to move that way. But
Facts.
now I feel like because I started the plan, I gotta follow through. But it's like,
Truly.
nah, bro. Like,
I thought by now, I'm 23.
yeah,
I thought I would. I thought I was gonna be married
yeah,
and possibly have my first kid in a year. I ain't nowhere near ready for either of those things. I am nowhere near ready for none of that. And I'm
yeah,
like, I'm glad I didn't follow that plan, try to make
yeah,
that happen. But like,
man.
that's just one of the things where it's like,
Yeah, no, the more that I like just traverse through life, those like high school, college, like kind of things, expectations that I have for myself, they just become more and more irrelevant.
truly.
And I think what I'm, I think what I'm like learning with like Rise of the Lost, and we can kind of like wrap this up here, but I think what I'm like learning.
We just getting into the conversation.
I mean, sure, I mean, we can turn up, we can turn up. I just don't want to hold you.
No,
But
you.
no, I know that what I want to like focus on, laser focus on, is just like this idea of anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And like just that possibility. So going back to like plans and stuff is
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I get jaded whenever the plans don't go the way that I think that they should go.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that I don't look at it from the aspect of like these new plans or these new things that just develop could
Mm-hmm.
be steering me to my original goal or like
Mm-hmm.
what I'm like, chasing for. Cause bro, like perfect example. So recently I went to Phoenix with Ether. Shout
I
out
saw
Joseph.
that.
Yeah, and it was really fun. But like before I had went and stuff, I was like, I don't got no money to like eat whenever I'm there. I don't got like it
Feel
doesn't make sense to go on this trip right now. And I was like, damn, I won't have no like it won't be fun. I'll be there, but I won't be able to like be
do
yeah
indulge in those.
right. And so I was like,
How much is that?
man,
Maybe another time.
tight. And I was like, I was really like, I don't want to be the Scrooge that's like, because everybody was like, bro, what the heck, like. Cause they had told me if I couldn't go, couldn't make it, let them know like 2 weeks out, and I let them know like the week before. So
Oh my gosh.
so yeah, that's like on me. I can't even like be mad at them for that. But I say that to say like, I was like, damn, I don't really even think I could go and stuff. But I ended up going and I ended up having a good time. Like really, like the performance like gave me a new perspective on like being outside of like town and like performing, and it just gave me like a new mindset of like, no, I should be like confident because these people don't have an idea of who I am, so I can set the tone of who I am, you know what I mean? And that's like my first time being there, so it was like it gave me like a newfound confidence leaving Phoenix, and I would have never like if I hadn't gone, I would have never had that experience and never had that, you know what I mean? So sometimes like just going with the flow and like letting things develop like is the best thing because it's teaching you like in real time, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Truly. Yeah, plans will throw you all the way off.
Yeah.
It can throw your mood off, it can throw energy off, it can do all that. Going with the flow has always been easier to me. Like when I say I go with the flow and I'm so neutral about a lot of things, unless it comes to like my morals and my values.
Yeah.
If I'm ordering something, I'll be like, which one is better? Asking the waiter or something, they'd be like, I heard this one, and I'd be like, you pick.
I'm like, you pick. I'd be like, you working, you ain't got no suggestions.
Like I'm so easygoing in a lot of ways. So and I try to do that in a lot of things that I do. When I say I can stress myself out, I can.
Yeah.
I can get overwhelmed and things like that. But I'm doing the same thing. I'm going on the trip to Dallas.
Yeah.
And I planned that like 2 months ago. Now somebody might be like 2 months is a good enough time to budget and plan a trip.
Yeah.
Me, I need half a year.
Man.
I'm one of those people like you need to let me know at the beginning of the year so that I know what I'm spending when I go on that trip. I need to know what I'm doing. I came up with an itinerary just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I don't got no budget. I don't have nothing. And for me that's big because I'm a big person on my financial accountability, budgeting and stuff like that. So it's different for me, but I also know going on this trip because I'm going by myself. Yeah. I know going on this trip is gonna be also different for me, and it might expose me to a lot of things. I might be in an environment that I really like. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You say you're going to Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you.
I don't know, but I've seen a lot of things pop up on my TikTok.
Yeah.
About stuff to do down there. So I don't know, but that's something like I didn't really have no organized plan of how to do it except for, small things like organized, but big things like transportation and knowing where to stay. But other than that, everything's kind of like
you're still kind of trying to figure out what you're actually
whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Nah.
Honestly.
But honestly, I think that's a form of self-care, traveling, like going out and expanding like your horizon and seeing like just how other people do things in their environment. I think that's a form of self-care. Because just getting like a different perspective on how people, because we're all the same really. But we have key like little differences. And and I like seeing that whenever I'm like traveling and stuff like that, seeing like what's the different thing here, like what's the thing that they don't do or that they do here that we don't do back home.
What was that in Phoenix when you went?
I think Phoenix was really like, I might have got like I can't speak for everybody's experience, I might have got like a fake experience, and what I mean by that is like everybody was so nice, bro. Like
really,
everybody was so nice. Like I met a lot of people who like made me immediately feel like welcome. and
That's
immediately,
funny.
yeah.
People always say Nashville is like that.
Mm.
Like especially when I used to go to school, a lot of people that weren't from here, they always just be like, "Y'all too nice down here. Y'all always saying hey to people and waving at people and stuff like that." And I was like, it's just common courtesy.
Yeah.
But a lot of those people were from up north, so they talk about.
Yeah, I can see that.
They not
don't
randomly saying hey to you. They're not asking how you doing. You go somewhere, you mind your business, and you focus on whoever you know. Everybody else, and why you asking how I'm doing? Why are you waving? Like,
yeah, that's that New York energy.
No, for sure. I was like, really? I just thought it just.
But no, they were actually really friendly in Phoenix. That was like the thing outside of just like what I was saying earlier about setting of expectation of who I am, not just as an artist and as a person. I feel like that was like the thing that let me kind of be myself out there. It's just like the fact that everybody was so receiving.
Yeah.
That was like really cool. I was like, oh shit, like. I don't know why it shocks me when people are nice. It like genuinely.
You used to people being mean or something?
It's not that I'm used to people being mean. It's more of just like I feel like because I'm be on the internet so much, I'd be expecting people to just be outwardly like, you know what I mean? Like how they be on the internet, and it's like people really just be chilling, especially like over there. So that was really cool to experience, like that, like kind of culture, and also the fact that. I will say also the fact that I whenever we went to the festival that they had out there, it was like.
Is that where you performed?
Yeah, that's where I performed at the Taste of Phoenix festival. Yeah, whenever we performed there, like they gave me hella ideas because eventually I want to turn Renaissance certified, like our showcase into a festival, and they had like a right, but they had like a car show, a wrestling match, live performances. Dang. They also had hella vendors. It was like.
Was it a lot
things.
Of people?
Yes, high key, there was a lot of people.
I mess with you, high key.
Tight shit.
I take off your right. Y'all stream high key on all platforms on MyaSimone.
Indeed, shameless promo. No, for real, stream that. But yeah, no, it was really like, a lot of people. Especially, I think the main thing was the wrestling match, because that's where a lot of people were there circling around, and they had like a ring.
Was it like outside or?
It was outside. It was in this parking lot, but like if you looked up, but it was.
They had a boxing ring in the middle of a parking lot.
Yes, it didn't look.
That sounds so ghetto.
It looks so hard though. It looks so like. The picture that I'm painting, it doesn't do justice for like
the picture I'm painting. Probably definitely don't do no justice.
No, but it was really dope. Like I seen like a lot of people, like all the vendors and stuff. I seen like a lot of people coming behind the ring, as well. So it was low key a lot of people. I was surprised because whenever I went to South by Southwest and I performed South by Southwest, I was expecting South by Southwest to be the place where it was a lot of people, and it was in certain different like stages and stuff. But like where we had performed at, it wasn't a lot. But a Taste of Phoenix, it was like, oh shit, we actually got like a crowd for.
Yana performed too, didn't she?
Yeah,
I saw it on her story.
Yeah, she performed before I did, and she went crazy.
She always do. She got good energy.
Yeah.
And you can feel it through the phone.
Yeah, that's why I like performing with her. Is like she like sends that.
She has like such a happy-go-lucky personality.
Yeah,
it's so cute because she's little.
Shout out Yana. But yeah, okay. So this is the last question.
Okay.
So when you hear the phrase "rise of the lost," what does that mean to you?
I think that. For me, what I think of is people who have been defeated, people who have just been at the bottom of the barrel. And I think if you see it through, you can overcome it. So that's what I think of, like rise of the lost. Like we're all technically lost. Yeah. Shout out to Jesus, the one who will save you.
Indeed.
But I think that we're all lost people because we're born into a fallen world. So we're naturally trying to figure it out. We're born to just naturally want to figure out what is life? What is my purpose? What am I doing? What is that?
Yeah.
We all start off at the bottom, whether we see it or not, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And I think once you recognize that within yourself that you're not perfect, you will learn to overcome different things that you're facing internally, maybe even externally.
Yeah.
And that is how you begin to rise. Rise of the lost. That is. But yeah,
My
that's
Simone,
the
ladies and
thought that
gentlemen.
came to my mind when every time I think of Rise of the Lost.
Yeah, no, thank you. I like that like breakdown first of all, but secondly, yeah, like that's the energy that I want to put out with this project. It's like,
Mm,
I mean, music is a very spiritual experience. So like whenever you're performing these songs or we just like are emitting this energy out with the song being played,
yeah,
like I want people to feel a sense of hope. I want people to feel a sense of like I'm rising and I'm like ascending into a greater version of
yeah.
myself. So
Your
that's what I
current
hope to do.
situation is not the end all be all unless
Amen.
you let it.
Hey, facts.
Do not
Amen.
let it define you because that is not who you are. You are greater than that.
We gonna end it with that. That was a bar. That's the mic drop bar. Indeed. Thank you. Yeah, man. Thank you.
Of
Yeah,
course.
that was clean. How long did I go for? 15 minutes. 15?